Those two. Ready, Lisa?
Good enough. Thank you, sorry.
I make a motion, we come out of a closed session, resume regular session at 10:23.
You have that motion and seconded. You call the roll on that motion as presented.
Glenn? Yes. Gary?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Barb?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes, back in open session.
I'll make a motion to continue employment of Dale Greenleaf contingent on the terms as discussed in closed session.
I'll support that.
Good.
Moved and seconded. Can you call the roll on the motion that's presented?
Tim?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Barb?
Yes.
Jerry?
Yes.
Gwen?
No.
Bob?
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to extend chief's administrative leave through November 22nd. Chief Greenleaf's administrative leave. Support.
Moved and supported to extend the.
Can I clarify that that's paid administratively?
Correct. Paid administrative.
Thank you.
Should I rescind that and reword it?
That's our good second. That's your problem.
Yeah. Call the roll.
Mike?
Yes.
Barb?
No.
Gwen?
No.
Tim?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Jerry?
Yes.
Bob?
No. Is that 4-3 yet? Okay, 4-3 is. All right, we're on to number 6. Approve planning commission bylaw amendment.
Council, planning commission is recommending the changes that are before you guys. They have had bylaws in place for quite some time. The last update was in '98. The big change to these are just the conflict of interest section and to have clear, I'm trying to look at the section, I apologize. Membership section where it talks about liaisons, attendance, things like that. For the most part, they're pretty much similar to what they've been doing, same meeting times, things like that, same officials. They are recommending these two. If you have questions, let me know.
We got a motion on that one.
Make a motion to approve the Village of Blissfield Planning Commission bylaw amendments as presented.
Support.
Moved and supported to approve the Village of Blissfield Planning Commission bylaw amendments as presented. You call the roll.
Gwen?
Yes.
Barb?
Yes.
Jerry?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes, the motion carried. Number 7, resolution authorizing ARP funding request submission to Lenawee County.
Council, I am requesting approval to submit a funding request to Lenawee County, who received just over $19 million in American Rescue Plan funding. They have put out a notice to all of the communities in Lenawee County soliciting requests that are due December 1st. I pulled projects right out of our goals, right out of our capital improvement plan, trying to hit some of those key points that are required with the funding, try to move some projects forward. As everybody is well aware, our budget's pretty thin and tight. It is $1 million in request. It is broke out into different projects. I would be super happy if we got any portion. Obviously, I would love to see us get all of it, but any amount of those projects. And then just to cover so everybody here knows, one of the projects is for a local business gift card program that would be shelled out over 3 years. So this is similar to what it is the same program that our DDA did through COVID-19, where you could buy a $20 gift card and get $40. So we would help to fund that and just really boost our local businesses. We're proposing to do $20,000 a year for that for the next 3 years. One of the requests is the Gail Giles Memorial Pool site to get this addressed, that old pool removed and turned into a recreational site for future and continued use here in the village. We have park facility upgrades, which consist of a few things, upgrading our boundless playground, repairing the dugouts at our baseball fields, and doing some repairs to our large pavilion at Bachmeyer, the Rotary Pavilion. We are also requesting money for our pedestrian steel truss bridge. And the last part is the Carpenter Furman property, which is a couple components. The largest being the water line that actually runs under the river and ties into that property to help get that brought up to standard, so that when that lot's ready to be developed, we have proper infrastructure there. The other components are doing some environmental assessments and some preliminary kind of design or layout so that a developer can come right in and be ready for that. Again, in my letter, I've stated that we're willing to accept all or parts, whatever they're willing to give us. Just so you guys kind of know where I came up with $1 million, kind of shooting for the stars. So I took the 19 million and I divvied it up. If you take what percentage of population we have, and if you were to say, okay, we'll give you X amount based on your population, the village would get about 631,000 of that. So I use that as kind of my guiding for how much to request. This has been shared with Lenawee Now, who I did seek some feedback with. If approved tonight, I would ask and encourage all of you to reach out to our county commissioners and tell them how awesome these projects are as well. But if you have questions, let me know. It's just another way we've got to be creative in our funding and try to find some different ways to move projects forward. So
Our county commissioner is Jim Gates. You should start calling him.
thank you.
I move to approve the resolution authorizing submission of the funding request as presented.
Support.
Moved and supported to approve the resolution authorizing submission of the funding request as presented. Lisa, you can call the roll.
Mike,
Yes.
Glenn,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Barb,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes, that motion carried. On to reports.
Can we take a step back real quick and just talk about those calendars? I'm sorry, real quick.
Yeah,
For history, I will make a motion. We adopt the 2022 village board meeting calendars as presented.
Support.
moved and supported to accept the meeting calendars for the council meetings for 2022.
Council Parks and Rec and Planning.
Parks and Rec and Planning Commission, all the calendar dates. You can call the roll on that.
Tim,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
Gwen,
Yes.
Barb? Yes. Bob?
Yes, that motion carried. Thanks, Mike. Reports, administrator.
So just a couple, you guys have my report if you have questions on that. I do just want to add a couple things. I had sent out some information. There's a training coming up for elected officials. If you'd like to get registered for that, they've got a couple different options. Let me know. And it's pretty affordable. Virtual is $75, in person's $100. Then the only other thing that I just wanted to comment on, it is in the packet, is just that utility billing ordinance revision. The last meeting, staff had talked to council about this and said we'd bring back that revision. However, I talked to staff more in depth about this, and we have some concerns. We do feel like we're resolving an issue, but we're also creating some issues. So we are actually recommending that we just leave it right now. The individual that did come forward has had some resolution. It's a challenge because we are running into deadlines. If we push that out, we're pushing bills out and giving less time for people to pay, which doesn't really fix anything. Of course, it's always up to council. So if you guys don't agree with this or you want to see it as an actual action item, I can bring it back, but wanted to share that information before we proceeded or spent time changing that. So I do apologize that the last meeting we said that would be a good solution, but giving it some more thought and having more conversation, just I guess had some additional thoughts on that. Otherwise, if you guys have questions, that's all I have.
Anybody have any other questions? Yeah. Brett, or about any of the other reports there?
And I won't rehash the wastewater treatment plant, but just so everybody knows too, as this progresses and as things develop and we continue moving forward, we will keep you guys posted and let you know on what happens. As soon as I get a schedule, I'll be sharing that information. So if at any point you do have further questions, let me know. And then, did you have a comment on this?
Yes, a couple of weeks ago, there was an incident where we had to make a motion to make a budget amendment for the garbage fund because I found 2 invoices that were outstanding. It turns out they were paid. And they were paid with another invoice. And I apologize for that. Jenny, I'll let an example. We had to make that motion.
And just to expand on that a little bit, thank you, Brandon, for that. I appreciate it. The garbage fund is not in a negative balance, as I previously had stated. So we just wanted to make that public and I guess let you guys know about that.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks. We're on to the ninth section, committee of the whole, agenda preview, aquatic center review, 2022 outlook. Section 10, make a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Or
Seconded to adjourn the meeting. We can call the roll.
There's supposed to be a second public address.
I'm sorry if there
Oh,
is.
public
I
comment, public
completely-
comment, thank you.
I'm sorry for what?
The public comments.
For
Oh,
items
yes.
not on the agenda.
Is that on
the-
Is that on
Not in.
Stinking
Oh,
eye
it's not on
compass.
the agenda, yeah.
It was on there. I don't know.
It's all right.
Sorry. Eye compass just likes to, I didn't even catch that. So good catch, Gwen, but there should be another public comment.
Okay, public comment
Sorry.
before we adjourn.
Thank you, Gwen.
Again, excuse me, Jim Wyatt, 314 Franklin Street. One, thank you for continuing the police chief's employment. Again, speaking for myself, I appreciate that. The two, I was wrong about the, even though Mike corrected what I had said earlier, I just looked at the Open Meetings Act, and that is one of the things that they have changed since I was the village administrator. Boards no longer have to vote on their calendar, they just have to post them within 10 days of their meeting, so I apologize for that.
I can't believe you're wrong.
Oh, I can, it's happened before.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thanks. On to the motions to adjourn. Yeah,
Make a motion to adjourn?
Support.
moving supported to adjourn. Call the roll.
Gary,
Yes.
Gwen,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Barb,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.